We're going to start by placing your thumbs underneath of your armpits and moving your thumbs forward and around your shoulders, like you have a little backpacks here. And let it go. And one more time, I'm going to show it from the diagonal view. So your thumbs goes underneath of your armpit and you go forward and around, like lifting your chest up. Sometimes this movement is very difficult to do, so we're going to use the Thera-band to find that beautiful shoulder movement and to find that beautiful arcing of your thoracic spine. So bringing your Thera-band underneath of your armpits and find a nice distance for you that you can manage. And you're going to scoop your elbows and it will help you to set your shoulders in a such place that your chest is lifted and it feels nice and comfortable, and let it go. And again, good, very nice. And we continue with an arch curl combination. So we have an arch, shoulders roll back, come back to center and curl. And as you curl, connect your shoulders by circling them back all the way on the back of your ribs. Good. And again, pulling your chest up, center, and into the curl and connection of your shoulders. And up, into the arch, and back, into the curve, and up, into the arch, and back, into the curl. And then bring your Thera-band a little bit more down towards the solar plexus. Bring your legs closer. Make sure your feet are parallel. Good. And then your elbows will be near your rib cage, and you simply try to move from side to side, like as if you're walking or skiing. Let your spine get a little bit more into the Thera-band, slightly lean, or grow your spine into the Thera-band. Good, and then feel a beautiful movement inside of your body happens. And now we're going to make it nice and slow. You're going to push with the foot, and that action helps your pubic bone to move. And the navel and the solar plexus and the shoulders and the head. And you come through center. You push through the foot is reaching down, and that will go into your pubic bone, into your navel, into the solar plexus, and the shoulder and the head, and come back to center. And let's find your shoulder connection here as well. So we have spiral, and see if you can feel how your shoulder can circle back. Go to the other side. And find your shoulder connection by circling them slightly back and center. Now we're going to check on your hips as well. So you spiral. So make sure that your knee doesn't collapse in and your pelvis doesn't leave the bench or chair. So drop that sit bone down and bring your knee forward. You might feel that one knee is more forward than another. It's very good. We call it scissoring, and you're not lifting it down. Absolutely, you're dropping it down as you spiral. One arm is going to be a little bit longer. One knee is going to be a little bit longer. Good. Center. And one more. Good. Into the side arching, bringing your legs all the way out and open them. Open your hands as well. And we go first, use your foot and push into the rib cage and bringing yourself into the balanced side arch. And then remind yourself about that shoulder connection. And back to center. Push through the foot, push through the pubic bone and your navel and your solar plexus. Your shoulder and head goes in opposite direction. You letting your shoulders circle back. You opening the side of your neck and come back. Good, and repeat. Very good. And other side, try to keep your sit bones reaching down as you're reaching energetically up and center. Good, and one more. Very nice. We continue with waves forward and waves reverse. We can bring the Thera-band back underneath of your armpits. And here we want to remind yourself about your legs. So your legs are opening. It will let your pelvis move forward with ease. Now your legs will close, and that will help you to find that curl. You're curling into the Thera-band. You open your legs, you circle in your shoulders. You take your arch forward, you closing your legs, you curling back, opening your legs into the arch, close your legs into the curl, opening your legs into the arch, close your legs into the curl. We reverse the wave, we curl, we connect in the shoulders, your legs still parallel, you dive down, you open your legs, and find that shoulders circling back to bring yourself into the balanced curl. Legs closing parallel to curl. Legs opening into the arch. And curl. And into the arch. And curl. And into the arch. Good. We continue with the legs. We warmed up the spine a little bit. So we're going to do the leg pump exercise, and usually we do it on your back when you are on a bench tower, and when your leg the weights attached to your straps attached to your feet, and we do that single leg pump, double leg pump. So here we're going to do it with the help of Thera-band, and I hope it will give you nice feedback. So here I'm going to simply reach my leg out into the Thera-band, and the tendency here is to jam your ankle joint or overflex your foot, and it creates a really not pleasant sensation. See if you can push the ball of your foot all over into the Thera-band and feel how that action is opening the front of your ankle joint. So the opening the front of your ankle joint, and we're also focusing on the opening of the back of your knee. And you can picture the zooming action on your iPhone. So when you want to zoom and make something bigger, that's what is happening, and that's what we're feeling. And we bend the knee again, and we're finding that opening. And back bend in, we're finding that opening, zooming, opening. Good. Again, and one more time. We're going to add the scooping of your leg. So find that opening and zooming, and then keep that. You can slightly rock back and just bring your leg up to here. And here you don't want to use only the top of your leg. You want to really have sense of reaching, and that makes your leg long and kind of like resting into that Thera-band and direct connection to your abdominals. And let's go a little bit faster. Pumping your leg long. Make sure it's not just a lift. Lift will be something like that. We don't want just like this. Good. If you feel comfortable, you can let your leg go a little bit up higher and change leg. So the other important thing to remind ourselves in here is to pay attention to your alignment. So usually we begin to do something like that. So we stay in there and we're letting your leg reach out. We want to bring your leg into the alignment. So you have the second toe, your knee, your hip, and your breast line in all one line if possible. So we have a bend and push. We have a bend, push, and opening and zooming. And 30. And 4. We're going to find that opening and we're scooping your leg. We're creating that circle with your leg. Scooping lets our leg to be engaged evenly. I mean, all the muscles around your leg engaged evenly. From the front and from the back and from the sides. Good. And if you feel that you found that scooping, you can let your leg go a little bit higher. Good, one more. Very nice. We're going to continue working with your legs and bring in your chair, the second chair. We're going to extend the leg on a chair and we're going to put the Thera-band around your foot. Find a comfortable place for a second leg. And the second leg is not on the ball of your foot. It's nicely pushed. It's pushed in such a way that you almost want to stand up. Your heel is reaching out of the chair a little bit, and you bend your knee, and you find the same reaching action. Same reaching. You're pushing through the ball of your foot, through the heel and through the ball of your foot. We continue with preparation to kneading. So you're going to rock back, and you go up and over the egg shape. And release. You go as much forward with that egg shape as your knees are still staying in that zooming scooping. Your intention eventually to touch the foot, but not because you're doing this, but it's the curly. Keep the curly shape. Keep that imaginary egg in front of you. Good, let's change leg. We have a bend and we have a reach. And bend and reach. If you have too much tightness in your hamstrings and it creates discomfort in your hip, you can always lean back. And we're adding the kneading. So this time you're not bending your knee anymore. You rock back and over the egg. Rock back and over the egg. And back and over the egg. And back and over the egg. Good, so we did that preparation. And now this is the time to come to the abdominals. So my Thera-band is not long, it's kind of medium size. It's not short, it's not long, it's just perfect. I'm going to bring my feet inside of the Thera-band and I will allow, so you want to find the length in such a way so that your arms can be completely straight and your shoulders can be completely circled back. Good, like this. So if you need to be in your, some of you might have a long arm, so you can bring it a little bit more down. And so we have the preparation for the cradle abdominals. So you're pushing your feet into the Thera-band, you're creating a link through your spine, and you're rocking yourself back and up. As you're rocking yourself back, you're looking for the connection from your pubic bone to your solar plexus. Good, and I will show you the variation that we don't want. It's not about how much I can rock back and do something like this. As you see, it's not comfortable, yeah? So we're going to find everybody on its own level. So some of you can do a little bit more back and don't lose that openness on of your chest and your throat. Some of them begin to tense, so don't do that. So go to your comfort zone and pleasantly challenged sensation. Yes, ideally we want to go back so that your heels wants to leave the floor a little bit, but without doing this. So see where you are, and it's a journey. Good. So don't think that you will be able to do it maybe like in 1 month. Maybe you need 1 year. So, and we have a nice squeezing quality exhale with sound ho. Nice double exhales. Keep your shoulders circled back and chest open. Keep the book balancing on your head. And we find in a spiral. We alternate. You can keep your feet down on the floor or let them go up a little bit. Very nice. And from the legs, you're coming up to the upper body. We're bringing your Thera-band back to your solar plexus area. We are going to stretch your arms, and we're going to do this exercise from a gyrotonic, actually, so that will allow you to work on the scooping of your arms. So when I'm doing my arm scooping, I'm not moving my hands. So this is not going to massage your shoulder joint. Your shoulder joint is small. So imagine that you're making that humeral bone moving inside of your shoulder joint, down, back, and around. So this movement can be small. This movement can be small. Yeah, just like this. Good. Just like this. So we have circle your shoulders back. Good. And slide your arms down. And I'm using like a simple exhale to do that. Let's find it again. And come down. And next time we're going to do 8 of those. Your eyes can go slightly diagonally up. And you're scooping your arms like you've been scooping the leg. Now at the end, give yourself a nice expansion here. Good. Shoulders relaxed and connected. And let it go. When I said relax, it's like that you're not tensing. So yes, they are relaxed, but yet they are connected. So the next movement is going to be a beautiful movement of your arm circles. So you can find, so your Thera-band can go like this around your elbows, and you go up, and then brush your arms forward. We go up, and arms going forward. Your pinky spirals, and you have the same here sensation like your shoulder blades go underneath of your chest, and it opens the chest, and you're brushing your arms, and we curl, and we open. We reverse the arm movements. Oops. Let's do it again. So we have that scooping. You have that scooping and you feel how that affects your serratus muscle here. So just to remind you about that, you have the scoop, you have the reach, you have palms facing down, you curl. And up and down. And up and down. And up and rest. Definitely try to see what resistance you will have for this. I'm having a light resistance and it feels good, but you also might try eventually you will graduate to the medium resistance and maybe heavy resistance. Let's see what happens. So, and the next movement is going to be our eagle movement. So arms will be stretched a little bit diagonally down. And this is the movement that we've been building up with some of you for many, many sessions and classes. And this is important movement that's not so easy for some of you. because the humeral bone right now is the internal rotation, but your shoulder wants to stay connected. Your elbow is lifted. Good. And we're going to do one more difficult movement, exercise, which is very, very hard for lots of people. Swimming. So usually when we do the swimming, we're trying to elbow somebody. So the movement becomes like this. Back, back. And then we do back, and then drop the hands down, and then we go. So it goes back, here. And I hope Thera-band is going to help you to make it a little bit different and practice a little bit different. So we're going to bring your Thera-band back underneath of your solar plexus. Your arms will reach. And we will imitate what we're doing during the gyrotonic session on the tower. So you're scooping your arms and you're rocking yourself forward. You curl, you find that connection, and your elbows will bend out, so you can't bring them behind your back. And your palms will rotate up without dropping. Again, you will take yourself all the way up. Not here. Diagonally forward and curl first, then your elbows. Again, up. So I will show you the not a good idea of doing so. So sometimes some of you begin to go this way and then this way, yeah? See if you can find that your arms are following your spine, not the other way around. And curling back. And back. Good, and one more. Good. So let's bring our slides back in action. And we're going to start with a single leg circle around. So your leg is reaching and your leg is spiraling out. Please don't do like this. Yeah, don't cheat. So it goes out and your knee goes reaching out. Your heel pulls in and out. And you go up through the crown of your head. Up. Change to the other leg. Long leg is reaching. Long leg is reaching. And you have that nice opening on the back of your knee. And we reverse. And the second one. And the third. Good. Finish and change leg and out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we have 2 legs out. 1 and 2. Let's reverse it. And I also can use my Thera-band here and add circles of my arms to the circles of your legs. So do it only if you're comfortable. Good. Nice. Good. Reverse. Arms scooping forward, legs reaching forward. And bend again. Reach out and bend. You have a sense of huge expansion. Yeah, down. Huge expansion. Good. You can let that Thera-band go down. And we continue with one more complicated exercise for lots of us. So we're going to stretch the legs out. And here we're going to shape your legs in what we call a lobster tail. And here's the diamond. And we're going to stretch your legs this way. So when you do this movement, as you go into the lobster tail, you can get into that cradle position. And you keep yourself into that cradle position. Good. Your arms can be behind you. And doesn't mean that it can be you can keep yourself upright. That's also possible, but here you will have chance to experience a little bit of more abdominal workout. Good, and we do one more movement that we called a slalom here. So slalom, it's when you are bringing your feet to one side. And then for today, we want to focus so that your pinky is a little bit lifted, so it's not exactly flat. Stretch, your pinky slightly lifted, so you're more on the thumb, sorry, here the pinky, here the big toes, sorry, yeah, and stretch. So your 2 feet are not flat. Good. Keep leaning back. And just bring your legs back to center. I'm going to use the Thera-band again. So sometimes we are using a little bit of shoulders, or more, not a little bit, too much of the shoulders here. So again, so go ahead, lean against that Thera-band. So now as you're going to go to your right, use your left hand and then spiral deeper here. Look down to your feet and stretch your legs back. Keep leaning into the Thera-band and to the side. And you're rotating as if you have an eyes on your rib cage. Good, and one more. Good, let's do one more circle around. You can just simply stretch your legs or keep them just bent. That's up to you. Good. Very nice, and finish. And I hope that you like the movement from this express class, and you can pick one or two or do all of them together, and it will be a nice preparation for you for your gyrotonic sessions when you're coming back into the studio. Thank you so much.